Welcome to this tutorial on how to register for classes at Coastal Bend College and the Cougar Den. This is our main website at www.coastalbend.edu. So once you arrive here, we'll have our Cougar Den up at the top navigation bar. We'll click on it. We'll be prompted with a login screen, in which case I am going to use a test account here to demonstrate. And I will go ahead and hit sign in and hope that everything works, and it did. So I'm in as a test account right now. Now, if you have any problems or issues with the login process, of course the credentials will change. Let's take a brief look at what is the Cougar Den. It is our new web-based student information system that manages our student data, and it will replace Campus Connect. So on that previous screen, Campus Connect will disappear soon. Some information available. Got easy access to student information, course planning, and that's what we're doing today. Of course, financial aid, registration, your classes, and lots more. So I'm in the system, the student information system, in the student perspective, as if you're registering yourself. Just focused on the how to register for classes. So what is my username and password? And you can determine this for the Cougar Den. We have some options available here. Step 1, your first initial last name. Gives an example there, like Y Charles. And if that's taken, your first initial, middle initial, last name. So Y.A. Charles. And then we can go to use your middle initial, first initial, middle initial, last name, followed by the number 1, 2, 3, and so on. That's one way to get in quickly and a lot sooner. And if you need assistance, of course, for anything beyond that, we can certainly ask everyone to contact the help desk at helpdesk@coastalbend.edu, and the phone number is listed there at extension 2508. We also have the Student Success Center, the Cougar Center, and of course also the IT department at coastalbend.edu/IT for assistance. So that will be the first thing you want to concentrate on. So we wish you well there, and we're here to help you with your experience. Once you do arrive with the property credentials into the Cougar Den, you will see the portal, and one of the things you'll see here is, of course, there is the written instructions here on Start Here at the top right on how students register for classes. So you're more than welcome to open up that document, read through it, and follow the instructions. As you can see, I inadvertently closed a window, and I can go back into the Cougar Den. And because I have not logged out, I'm back at the Cougar Den. It did not ask me for login and password. So what I'm going to do here, and this video that I'm producing here will be listed right here underneath the Start Here. Of course, if you're already logged into the Cougar Den, that is probably where you obtained this video. But it will be listed there on how to register for classes video tutorial. So what we're going to do now is going to focus on what we call our student self-service, which is right on the right side under campus applications. And we're going to go into the self-service. Once you arrive here, this is what students will see. Again, today's tutorial is primarily on student planning, and there is financial aid and your grades, which are very important to keep up with your first, second, third, and final grades throughout the semester. But as we go through student planning, we're going to click there. And for today, I'm going to go ahead and plan your degree, and register. It's a kind of a two-phase process. We're going to plan, and we're going to also register. As you can see, this is a brand new student. It's just a sample student. We're going to look for a class, and if you're doing this, of course, self-service, which is what it's called, we're going to look, for example, let's go ahead and find the Cougar course, which is EDUC 1300. And as I type that into the search box on the top right, it will come back with the Learning Frameworks 3 credits and a description of what the class is all about, where it's taught, and so on. But right below it, you're going to notice View Available Sections. We can go there, which what will happen is it's going to show all available sections, but we've got a handy little tool on the left side that's kind of a filtering system. We can decide, for example, that we might want to take this particular class, say, in Kingsville. And the filtering system obviously will modify, will change everything. We look at viewable, and we've narrowed it down. And of course, you can even take it down to instructor. We've got all fabulous instructors, so I'm not going to pick anyone in particular because they're all good. We can get time of day. As you can see in this particular site, we have Tuesday, and I'm going to take it that it's a Tuesday and Thursday, and I'm going to choose the available site, and there are a few. There's 3. So we'll go ahead and pick this one here with Gonzalez. So I'm going to take and click on Add Section to Schedule. And you get a little description of the course, and also some bookstore information that you can click on. Let's add section. Notice right here it says at the top for a little bit that it's been planned. The course has been planned, and that will disappear in a moment. So what I want to do is, we can continue registering, but what I want to do now is I'm going to move over to this link right here where it says back to plan and schedule, and it'll take me back to a kind of a calendar looking, and you can see this is a 6. It's kind of an evening class there, a little later in the day, so looking good. This one happens to be on Tuesday only, okay? But notice it's only been planned. You've not registered for it yet. Before I continue, I'm going to go ahead and go look for another course, and I'm going to do it in a different manner this time. This time I'm going to go up on the left side, and I'm actually going to look at the entire course catalog. And now you see the course subjects. I'm going to now filter from this box, and as I type in English, it basically starts to filter out all other subjects, and here's English. I'm going to click English, and you get all of them, which 1301, 1302, etc. So maybe I want to focus here on Pleasanton. And I want English 1301, so I'm going to view available sections. Miss Hazelrig, right here, and it appears that this class is Tuesday, Thursday. It's in the afternoon. I'm already here probably on Thursday, rather Tuesday evening, so I'm going to go ahead and take Miss Hazelrig's class here in Pleasanton. So I'm going to add section to schedule. We're given a little option here with TSI requirements, reading, completion of C or better, and so something that you're going to be presented with, and this is something that you'll want to, of course, talk with your your advisor about. And it's going to, let me see if it lets me add it, and you're going to probably get, it's been planned. All right, we're going to see how far we can go with this, but it has been planned. I want you all to point out and understand that it has been planned. Now, we're going to now go in and take a BCIS class. I'm going to go this route again, BCIS 1305. And I'm going to expand sections. Maybe this time I'm going with Alice. View the available sections, and we have Bernal. And I think I have a well, let's try something here. I know there's a Tuesday night already at 7 p.m. or there's going to be a little conflict, but let me go ahead and add this section. I'm kind of rushing through it, and I didn't realize there might be a conflict. It has been planned, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to go not back to the course catalog. I'm going to go to student planning, plan and schedule, and you can see that Tuesday has a conflict. So I've got EDUC and the BCIS in basically at the same, or there's overlap, and I don't think you can be in 2 places at one time. So there is a conflicting section there. So I'm going to see something here. I'm going to go to my BCIS, and I'm going to view other sections. And I'm going to look through here, and I see one here. This section has a wait list. Well, let's go there. And what we're looking at here is that if you end up with a class that is closed for the most part, has reached its max, you would be put on a wait list so that you can be the next person in line. So maybe you're the 26 in a class of 25. You're next in line as one may drop. we can certainly add that and see what we've got. It's been planned. Everything has been planned. Now notice it added it way down here at the bottom. It's an online class. I chose an online class there. So I have an Alice, a Beeville. I'm sorry, I have an Alice, a Kingsville, a Pleasant, and an online class. So now what I want to do then is I don't want to take this one. So back over here where there was a conflict, I'm going to hit the X right here and remove it. And it looks okay now. We're going to add one more class, and we'll go and grab a History 1301. We'll take that one in Beeville. And by the way, I ended up looking at other available classes, and I ended up with an internet class. Had you done it through this feature, you could choose, well, in this case I chose Beeville, but you could also choose online or other. Let me view the sections here, and you can tell I pretty much picked the first one I see. It's the way I shop. Let's grab Mr. Bleibtreu here and add this section. Again, TSI requirements. Let's see what happens here. Reading must be completed. This test student has not met all the TSI requirements. So, understand advising. You may want to get in and see your advisor on these, because some courses will require prerequisites and such. Add section. It's been planned, and now what I want to do is go back to plan and schedule over on the left side, and let's see what my visual. So I got I've got actually 6 classes. Let me run through it again. I've got a history. Actually, no, it's 5. I'm sorry. This happens to be a Monday, Wednesday class, history, and Beeville, I believe. This happens to be a class here, English, only on a Tuesday, right there. This is another class here that EDUC, and then we have an online class. So I had to remove one of them because of a conflict, but you basically see and get the idea. Now we're going to now focus, because we're looking at. We're going to go ahead and say, okay, we've taken care of business here. I'm happy with the entire schedule. So I've got one of two choices here. I can either register with the register button and do one by one, because maybe there's some you've committed to, or I can hit the register now. And I'm probably going to get a few little errors here because there's a few. One was a wait list, one was a TSI requirement. Let's see how far I can go. But the process is the same, so I'm going to register now. We've got BCIS, course field, each either add to wait list or look for another available section. So maybe I want to go ahead and add myself to the wait list. So if maybe person number 25 drops and I'm number 26, I can fall into a 25 class, a student class. So, or I can drop myself. What I want to point out is that we've registered. These are no longer just planned, they're registered. Actually, I have one down here that did not take, and that was the BCIS. There we go. It is going to be on the wait list. The idea is that instead of having to come right back and check every so many minutes, and you can also decide, you know what, I'm going to look at other sections because I don't want to wait any longer. So you're welcome to do that. But you have registered for all your classes in this particular scenario. So that gives you an overview of what to do. You've gotten your credentials. Certainly get with the Student Success Center, the Cougar Center, the Help Desk, all that was introduced to you at the beginning of the video for your student email ID, and so we can proceed on with the registering of classes. Of course, you also have the option of going and seeing an advisor this first go around, but do get familiar with the Cougar Den, and specifically the self-service here for the student. One of the things you want to point out to you, we're good to go here, at least for now. I'm going to close this tab. I have another tab open. I'm going to close this tab. At this particular tab, I am going to log out or sign out. I want to point something out. I signed out, but if I try to go back into the Cougar Den, it remembers you. So very important that not only do you sign out, let's also close the browser completely. Get all the way out of the browser. If I go back into the browser, back to coastalbend.edu and go to the Cougar Den, it will prompt you for the login. So I wanted to make sure that everybody understood that. And on the Mac, you also want to go up to File, Exit as well on that one to get yourself out of the browser. So that is very, very, very important, so that your credentials are not compromised. So again, welcome to the Cougar Den, and I hope you have a great time registering for classes here at CBC. And just get back with us if you have any particular questions. You can find us also at www.coastalbend.edu. Thank you.